Not too much about this update. It has been a couple of days since they released the December update or the Christmas update, and I'm just currently fighting one of them. One of the features is that they reskin the bosses, and this is a boss that used to be a region boss in Night Valley, specifically this guy here. So they replaced all of that with holy dragons. They pretty much dropped the same loot as far as I've noticed. You know, the whatever the name of the box was, is still the same, and you get the same kind of what do you call it, the same kind of drops. What did change, however, is in this one, not just not just cosmetically. Aside from the reskin, apparently you can also get, there's a much better drop pool for those wherein you can get different trophies that are only available through this event. Um, yeah, and of course there's gonna be the Christmas events that have changed a little bit since the last video, and most of it is just really premium related stuff, meaning you need to pay some cash in order to get them, and this is one of them, the feathered crown. The feathered crown is just basically a costume, so it adds a fixed amount or a flat stat to your to your statistics. And let's see, how can I show you that? So yeah, in the costume, if you go to the closet, so yeah, you're just gonna get the same amount of HP as if compared to like what you would normally unlock in the what do you call that? The shops, the guild shop, the arena shops. They gives the same kind of bonus. Of course, since you can get multiple copies of them, then you can pretty much upgrade them really fast, and that's if you're lucky. So, like for example, the holiday antlers, which you can get from the event for the from the daily instance, for example. So right over here, I'm sorry, what am I even doing? All right, so if you get like 100 of those, if you open like 100 CFKs, you can get the reindeer antlers from here. Or if you're lucky, if you're lucky, you can actually get it directly from the antlers from the antlers, from the package itself. So you can actually get everything from the CFK packages if you're lucky. I managed to score the defiled seraph wings, and so that pretty much saved my wallet a ton of grief, because now I have it in my not in my collection, but in my, where is it? Wings. Yeah, there you go. So there it is. Right. Would be funny if I recycled it, but yeah, you get that from you can get that from the CFK Christmas packages. And I've actually been pretty lazy with the events. I think I missed a couple of the daily Christmas events because I'm at the point where I'm actually burning out from playing the game. At first I was really excited that you didn't run out of things to do, and then I started running out of things, running out of time for for other stuff like real life. And so I eventually tried to. I'm actually in the process of trying to tone down the amount of activity I'm doing in CFK. What I have changed, however, is, if you've noticed, is my VIP level is now at up to 7, and I'm thinking, right. So just I think yesterday, I switched over from the free to play, from being free to play or semi free to play, and I'm now moving into premium focused content. That's because it's been pretty slow, really. It's getting pretty boring pretty fast, and I've been looking at the shop to see what I can buy, which would be a good value, and for my money. And what I looked at was that I saw these guys, some of these players running around with a mount like in the shape of a moon, and that's in, let's see, collection mount, and that would be this fantasy moon thingy. So I'm thinking maybe, since the meta is pretty much focused on mounts, being the primary source of increasing your stats. I mean, it can, if you like have a complete set of mounts, the easier it is going forward in activating those skills. And what I'm talking about would be the talent skills specifically for the mounts. So if, let's say, you guys, I'm assuming you guys know that you should upgrade your mounts like the same way that you upgrade your gems in your inventory, or what you have equipped in your equipment slots. You upgrade your gems in round robin, because each level is actually an additional talent point that goes into your talent tree. So it would, for example, if you have like 5 of these, all at level 0, you do it 1 1 1 1 1, level 2 2 2 2 2, so on and so forth, so that you get the most value for these upgrade items. And the reason I say that is because you want to be unlocking as much of these talent nodes as you can, because they upgrade your base stats, all of them, by 10%. And once you get 100, so I'm actually, let's see, 60 more levels away from this guy. And I say 60, even though I only have 1 available point, is because when I get 60 more, I can reset the points for a dirt cheap amount of coins. And then I'll be able to free up this one, 10, 20, 30, 40, plus the 60 I have, and I'll be able to put it all into this node. But moving forward, so if I get another 10 levels, I'll probably upgrade this one, and then upgrade this one. Since I'm more focused on Archmage, I'm probably going to experiment with how this is 80, why they put 80 points in this for a 10% damage in one skill. Maybe it's going to have a better effect, a larger effect on the character's damage. I don't know. So yeah, this is pretty much the way to do it, because like I said in my last video, if you've got mounts are pretty much hard to come by compared to stones, right? Compared to magic stones, compared to hero shards, anybody can get those. So if you're a free-to-play player, you're pretty much going to get your hero shards from farming the bosses around the map that spawn every 2 hours, right? So you can get that from there. And with the exception of the S-class heroes, right, the event heroes, you can everything can pretty much be obtained naturally in the game. So yeah, if you're free to play, might want to focus on mounts that you can achieve through the free method, which is the guild. There's like a unicorn which you can unlock from the guild, from doing guild quests. I don't know if there's anything else though. Let's see, collection, mounts. What else can you get from free aside from these 4? Yeah, so this one you can get for free. This one from the event. And I wasn't really paying too much attention to these. I could have gotten, if I had decided to go free premium a couple of days or 3 days earlier, I might have gotten the Skywolf, because I think he gives a 90% boost in speed, but he was available for like, if you topped out like $50 or so. So yeah, from a premium player standpoint, that's pretty cheap. Now, so why did I decide to go premium? Yeah, aside from the mounts, I've been looking at alternative ways, and in order to stop me from getting bored, I just decided to do that, just to see how what the effect would be on my gameplay. And I didn't notice immediately, like what is it that I bought? I bought the Director's Gift mainly for the mount, which you get at the level 50 in the level 50 gift pack. So you get the 10 fantasy moon shards. So meaning you get you get a total of 10 to 20 skill points depending on how much you have saved up on the mount upgrade shards, and that pretty much upgraded all my base stats by 20%. So that alone is already a huge increase. And it's a huge increase because the only way you upgrade your all of your stats in one go is through a very rare shard called the relic shard, which is used to purchase your relics, and this can take time depending on what kingdom you're in. So if you're from like Sunblaze in my server, you're pretty much going to be swimming in relic shards because for example, at this point they have like four relics. So if they do the instance for for the relic instance, they're going to be able to do it right here, which gains them about 5, 6, 7, 8 relics per day. Cute, right? For us though, we only get 2, so it's going to take a while. And the only other alternative you can use to your advantage is the mounts. And since these mounts are pretty limited, the more mounts that you have, if you have more mounts than your opponent, it's pretty much like having a better relic compared to your opponent, so giving you an advantage in the game. Yeah, so that's why I bought this guy. And then of course it also gave me an SS hero, which I'm starting to build. It's pretty much my only SS hero because I'm not really a fan of the gacha thing after failing like 3 or 4 times in a row, getting only the crap C shards. I stopped it. So that also gave me that, and some stamina coupons, and then on top of that also unlocked, this is where I could have gotten the Sky Wolf if I did it like a lot earlier, but it also unlocked the first one, which pretty much sucks because I mean the amount of diamonds I got is 5,000, but they need you to purchase like 1,500 twice on 2 different purchases. You mean a huge middle finger up to the developers who thought about doing it this way. So pretty much like if you purchase like 5,000 gems or diamonds rather, you should be able to unlock this for all at once. You should be able to get this. I don't get it why they have to force people to pay twice for this stupid overrated pair of wings, which anyway. So going back, it also unlocked my daily top-ups for up to the value of 5,000, right? So from this all the way up here to here. So that's where I got the feathered crown shards, and it also gave me a ton of diamonds and gems, gold, and this useless piece of crap, right? What else? Gave me some 45 stones, pretty good. And then of course it went in cumulative top-ups. It also unlocked up to the value of 5,000. So gave me this pair of headphones. That's neat. Some mount upgrade shards, which I used to upgrade the moon right away. Was able to bring it up to about level 20. And then a ton of resource boxes, which brought up my resources like gave me like a 2-day supply of resources to max out every day. So yeah, that's what I got. And then of course, what you're seeing here that I've got 24 diamonds and 0 gems. So I went crazy on purchasing the CFK packs, mainly because I was focusing on getting this, and I only made it up to 140. But I was able to get 7 of those shards through the 140. Well, I didn't. It's not 140. I think I had already purchased like 20 CFK packs from the free gems every day. So I got 120 of those packages, and I was able to accumulate at least 7 of them, 7 shards for the capybara. So it might, if I do this tomorrow again, I might be able to complete it. And the reason why I'm holding off of buying any more is because if you buy, if like for example, I decided to buy like 1,500. Why 1,500? Why 3,000 rather? I was planning on buying 3,000 more because I like to do things in that have a combo. So for example, that's going to allow me to unlock this. Oh, of course, my last purchase also unlocked the 2,000 reward. But if I go for 3,000 tomorrow, I'm gonna get this as well. And then everything should be refreshed, so I'm gonna get the same amount of rewards from the daily and from the daily top up. Meaning, I'll get all of these bonuses again. So it's a daily reward basis, compared to just buying it again. Today, like buying another 3,000 today, that won't even reach this bracket, so it's going to be a waste. I'm going to be passing opportunity to get those. And then for the Christmas login, so I only need 60 more, so 3,000, so that's going to be 30 gems outright, 30 CFKs outright. But if I'm lucky, I should be able to get that, those last 3 shards. I also got the wing, so I don't need to worry about this anymore. And the neat thing about the first $50 package was that it gave me a ton of those polar stars, which I immediately invested into some zodiacs that would increase my attack and HP. So now my HP is at about 113,000. My defense is up. And yeah, so it looks like, oops, censored. I didn't know you could do that. So I also got a ton of gold, which I invested into some skills. And I jumped from, I think I was ranked 22nd before I bought the package, but all of those rewards combined from that one purchase, and all the items that came with that went into upgrading my character, developing my character a little bit more, resulted in me going up a little bit. So I went up five ranks. So I'm now at rank 17 for the entire server. So you've got this monster here. Shout out to Zdoom for owning everybody in. This guy probably can take on 3 kingdoms by himself, because look at that cap, 3,000. Our highest is at 1,000. Oh, not 3,000, 3 million. Jeez, can I count? Our highest player is Ruth at 1.9 million. So he's like a million over, 1.1 million over our highest. And there are 3 of them, 3 monsters. Jeez. So that's why they can survive like a 3-pronged attack in Kingdom Wars, because each one of them can probably, can guard 1 artifact in Kingdom Wars, and pretty much own everybody. So yeah, we've got Ainz here, Chobits here. So Chobits is a rising star on the server. He's pretty much our hope for emeralds from Emerald Kingdom on our server, because this guy's a veteran in Kingdom Wars. And we've got Peaches, and then me. So yeah, so if I'm in the top 10 of my kingdom, then that pretty much means my kingdom is still pretty weak. While Sunblaze has already like how many people in the top 10. So they got art motivations, also one of them. This guy hurts a ton. When he targets you, pretty much gonna be done for. And I'm also like, I've got the what do you call this? I've got the title for defense in my kingdom. So, and against motivation, it's crazy. There's no chance of survival. It's like fighting a Chobits version of Sunblaze. And I've got that here, so you can see that I'm the bishop, and the bishop is supposed to have like a buff for defense, and I still die. Cute. So yeah, I haven't been doing. Wow, did nobody come? Nobody actually came to kill this dragon? Jeez, what's up with you guys? Come on, wake up. That's okay. So this guy, I pretty much took him down by myself out of boredom. Um, what else can we say about the update? Well, nothing much. Just just continue to play the game. As far as free to play content is concerned, you got you're gonna run out of time doing stuff on this game anyway because you're not capped by anything like stamina. If, like, for example, the only resource that runs out here, time based or time related, is this thing called stamina, which you use for your instances. But outside of that, there's quite a lot of things to do. You're not limited to that. You can do hunts for fallen heroes, which is now the Christmas tree event. You can do the boss chain, which is also 24/7 every 2 hours. So you're never gonna run out of stuff to do anyway. And I switched to premium, to a premium style gameplay because I realized that in trying to remain free to play, so it was kind of slowing me down. So it sucks. And I'll be trying out a different game soon, because most of the time when I'm playing this game, there are quite a few of things that require like 30 minutes to do in this game. One of them is called the Drag and the Beast. So this takes like friggin' 30 minutes, but I still do it every day because it gives like a ton of rings that I can recycle. Emperor's Tomb also takes a while. The Devil's Terrain takes a while, and then there's this quest that you have to do. That well, you don't have to do it, but if you want like free resources, and this is a ton of free resources for the box for your kingdoms, for your town's market, then you probably want to do that, right? It's free. But it takes a lot of time because there's a lot of running back and forth. What else? And then if you're at this point in the game where you've got a lot of things unlocked and you need to recycle a lot of stuff, and if you're free to play, this is the only way you're gonna get those those upgrade stuff, equipment upgrade material, is by recycling the things that you get from these dailies. Of course, be selective. You don't want to do this every day you're gonna run out of energy in five turns. That's 125 turns. So I don't do that. There's a ton of content that you can do, and it's pretty much burning me out. And just want to focus on on the things that matter for PvP. So in the arena, for example. So I'm rank 7, and I've been lazy. I've been really lazy. I haven't done this as often as I could. But if I did, I would probably be not too bad. I'll probably be number 5. So still no cigar because Chobits is a beast in the arena. No way I'm gonna top that guy. And then in the Infinity Arena, I'm at rank 27. So probably supposed to be a little bit higher. Because looking at the caps here, some of them I can, some of these guys that are above me, I can pretty much kill. Right. Yeah, so that's what's up with me. Probably gonna try Ragnarok while I'm doing the long-winded quests, and see if I enjoy that game. I've also I aside from this, before I started playing CFK, I was playing Idle Heroes, and that was my bread and butter. Like I always have 2 programs or 2 games that are my go-to games when I'm my main games. So I call them my tier 1 games. So right now my tier 1 games are Idle Heroes and Crown for Kingdoms. So if I'm not playing Crown for Kingdoms, or Crown for Kingdoms is AFKing somewhere, I'm checking in on my Idle Heroes. I don't create YouTube content for Idle Heroes, by the way, because there's already a ton of people who do that. And I'm not as much of a pioneer in that game. I just started playing it randomly and got hooked. So that's where most of my pay-to-play money goes into. So yeah, and I want to try Ragnarok because I hear it's good. I hear that the system is well balanced and all that, so I'm gonna give it a shot. If I don't like it, I'm just gonna scratch it and delete it from my phone. Um, but yeah, that game cycle through my phone is like that. If something becomes like a lot more better, uh, more better. Can you be more redundant? A lot better than if something like trumps one of my top two games, then I'll probably end up not playing that game, the previous game anymore, and focus just on that. But for Crown Four Kingdoms, I'm still gonna be pretty much playing because I just invested like another $50 into this, so might as well stick around and see what's gonna come in the near future. Because in other countries where this game rolled out earlier, people can go up to a cap of 6 million, and there is still a lot of content that needs to be unlocked. For example, what the heck is this Awaken thing? We still don't have any access to the master student system because that unlocks at level 90. So you'll only start seeing masters at level 90. Um, and yeah, looks like there's still a ton of things that this game has to offer, but they still have to improve. They still have to improve on free to play content, because this is just ridiculous, right? This is just a waste of everybody's money. So I wouldn't unlock this even if this was if this was the only thing that would if this was the only event. It just became unlocked because I purchased something for something different, and this just stayed on for the ride. So yeah, this game is gorgeous as far as graphics and is concerned. The graphics for the heroes is awesome. The mounts are awesome. It's really good as far as the graphical content is concerned, and the soundtrack as well. You might probably notice that I don't play the sound, don't play sounds in my video because I find it distracting when there's like sound, and I just like to do this, silent background video while I'm talking or while I'm doing stuff. But the musical scoring in this game is great. So far, I love it. When I'm not recording, I've got that turned on, and it kind of gives me like one of those PlayStation 3 days where like for example, Final Fantasy, which I'm a very big fan of. So it gives me a little bit of nostalgia with that. Um, and of course, their content, as far as like things to do, not running out of things to do. It can be good up to an extent, and then it can burn you out if you don't give yourself like some time to rest or some time to breathe in between. Um, they also have to improve the Kingdom Wars because there's definitely some imbalance, and not because of the players, right? You can't blame the players for being, or a kingdom for being too strong, um, because they paid for it, right? They're pay to play players. So, but what there should be some kind of way to balance out this system that they've got going on here, because in our case, like you saw in the rankings, there's like three people who are filthy rich and who are overpowered, um, and each of those guys like can pretty much go against the top players in the other kingdoms. So what this is doing to the game is it's ruining it's ruining the population, right? So for example, Sunblaze, we used to be last. We used to be fourth place. But Sunblaze, something's happening here wherein their population is declining. That takes form in the players quitting the game, moving on to other games that they feel are more worth their time. So free to players and even pay to play players in other kingdoms also quit, because this is the essence of the game. The game's name is Crown Four Kingdoms. So Kingdom Wars, this event, daily event, is the culmination of everybody's effort to test their characters' development and power. But for example, in my kingdom, in Emerald, there are, I think, at least three very powerful, or who used to be powerful, paid-to-play players that have already quit because of the imbalance here. And I don't know how the developers can improve on this, but there's definitely something wrong with the way that this is working. Because I no longer complete my, I don't, I for example, just a while ago, I only stayed in the wars for like 2 minutes and then I left because there wasn't any point. When I went in, there's like 30 or 40 players from Sandre guarding their tower, guarding, protecting their guardian. And granted that there were like two kingdoms against them, even that alone wasn't enough to match their numbers and their power. So it's a snowball effect because everybody in that kingdom is gonna get more relics, more relic shards, and then more relic shards means that the entire player base of that kingdom is going to increase, have a, what do you call this, experience a boost in power that's not going to be available in the other kingdoms because for one they have all the relics, right? And the other kingdoms don't, so they'll be able to actually get here really fast. 1,200, like at 8 shards per day, that's easy. That's lightning or blazing lightning speed. If you're looking at it from a losing kingdom's point of view, so they're gonna get stronger, right? Where is it? These guys are all gonna get stronger. These guys won't. In fact, it's gonna impede their progress. They're gonna be able to defeat a lot more content higher than their, that require a higher cap. So they're basically it's just gonna snowball out of control, and what they're gonna end up with is a kingdom war that doesn't have any other players or other opponents in it. And even a server merge, for example, isn't gonna solve this because other servers, it apparently is Sunblaze is also Sunblaze also leading in other servers. So if they merge, they're just gonna make Sunblaze stronger. So there's something wrong with this system, and I don't suggest. I'm not saying that it's because, not blaming the players. It's basically the developments team of not thinking this through, and which is actually why I at one point considered quitting the game. But of course, since I started this channel, I'm just sticking around. Maybe gonna give it a couple of months to see if they can do something about that, or if this game actually closes. Because I've heard from other players that this was in Thailand and it recently closed. So yeah, let's see what goes on with that. So I hope you guys tell me about your thoughts about this game in the description, from pay to win standpoint, or from a free to play standpoint. Let me know about your ideas. If you know something about the development team, then feel free to post a comment below and discuss in a wholesome manner. All right, let's not go flaming around, flaming other kingdoms from being too strong. They earned it. They paid for it. It's a pay to play game, so you can't do that. Just have a wholehearted wholesome conversation in the comments. Let's not flame each other, and discuss how this game could be better, and hopefully the devs can actually see that and improve the game for everybody. Because hey, if I were Sunblaze, a member of Sunblaze Kingdom, and I went into the Kingdom War, I wouldn't like seeing just guardians, right? I wouldn't like to see 2 or 3 players going against my kingdom. That would suck. That would suck big time. And what would the relics be for in the long run if you don't have any other enemies to kill? So yeah, here's to hoping the game becomes better in those aspects. And have a Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Cheers.